Osaka, after dropping the first set, would have to dig deep to extend her stay here in Australia. As always, this video is brought to you via the doctrine of fair use, the fair dealing, and the digital Millennium Act. Karolina Muchova owns the head-to-head 2-1 after winning the last two meetings versus Osaka. That's right, guys. The last meeting at the U.S. Open, Osaka said she had her best outfit ever on. And she was very disappointed. She was actually angry that she lost that match. Now, I covered that match, and it was clear what Muchova was doing. Wide serve and volley, a lot of short balls and drop shots, getting Osaka off of that baseline where she just wants to camp out and drop bombs. Muchova would do the same thing in the first set, winning the first set 6-1. And as I told you guys, we're going to see what that coaching can do from Patrick. That's right. Osaka wrote the big check. We're going to see just how great of a coach he is, because I could see clearly what Muchova was doing. The world could see her strategy, the game plan, and the adjustments were made. Osaka would come out, win the second set 6-1, and the third set on cruise control as she gets the win, ladies and gentlemen, and she advances to the third round here in Australia. It's been how many years? 1, 2, 3 years. That's right, guys. A two-time slam champion here is into the third round since 2022. She's back, ladies and gentlemen. Congratulations. She had to dig deep in this match. And she would say in the post-match interview, she's just thrilled and blessed to be able to play in front of these fans. And she said, again, she talked about the loss to Muchova in New York. She said Muchova is just such a good opponent. She's so difficult to play. She's one of the best on tour because her game, I say it all the time, she has more variety than a vending machine. She can switch it up. She can redirect. She absorbs pace very well, a lot of topspin. And she's a thinker. She's a mover. She moves very well. And Osaka got a little bit emotional as well, right? Just very thankful to be here. And I'm just so happy for Osaka, guys. It's been so long since I've seen this beautiful smile on her face. She gets to win, guys. And what's next? She's going to take on Belinda Bencic. Now, the announcer would state, apparently they're pretty cordial, right? They have a good relationship. She said, after having the baby, do you have any advice for her? Osaka said she does not want to take any advice from me. Unbelievable, guys. So in case you're not familiar, they've played several times. Actually, I want to say 5 times, if I'm not mistaken. Now, Belinda does own the head-to-head, but the last time Osaka got the win versus Belinda was, that's right, the 22 season in Miami, where she would make that final before getting just destroyed by Iga Swiatek. And of course, Osaka coming back from the leave, she wasn't in her best form in Miami and still made the final. And this is what I'm telling you guys. The only person in this portion of the draw that can prevent Coco from making it to the quarterfinal is Osaka. Now, if Osaka gets past Belinda Bencic and Coco handles her business, we could see a 4th round matchup between these two ladies. And I'm telling you, the one person that can prevent Coco from winning this tournament is Osaka. Why do I say that? Osaka is very technical. She's one of the cleanest, purest ball strikers on tour. Her form is textbook. If you were teaching hitting to a new tennis player or a young player that wants to know proper form and technique, we're talking about serve, backhand, forehand. She's got great technical skills. She's very powerful. She's a good shot maker between the lines. She can step up in no man's lands and still hit winners. And she constructs the point beautifully. She can play with the best of them, guys. But her serve, the situational serving today, out wide, down the tee, jamming the body, beautiful game plan from Osaka. I can see the improvements working with Patrick. And I told you guys, after losing that first set, we're going to see if he can earn his paycheck. And he certainly did. And look, there's no reason Osaka should have been nearly a 4-1 underdog against Muchova. I told you guys to take her to win the match. She's going to win the match. Even after losing the first set, I wasn't concerned that she would lose the match. I knew she would win the match, right? But I'm telling you, the only player in this draw that I think can beat Coco is Osaka. And I'm telling you why, guys. Osaka will make this a ball striking contest. And because she's so powerful, she's going to lure Coco into this type of play where it's going to be about ball striking. And Osaka's going to have that strength and that speed advantage over Coco. The more Coco's going to try to step up and match the power of Osaka, the more the mistakes are going to back up. And I'm telling you guys, the only person that I'm scared of in terms of defeating and playing Coco and defeating Coco, the only person that I think is a real threat to Coco in this draw is Osaka. I really do. And on the other side of the bracket, guys, you have to really look at Iga Swiatek. She's got a really easy draw, and I think the tour could benefit from her winning the Australian Open, but I think it could also benefit from Osaka or Coco winning the Australian Open. I think if the tour is going to go to that next level, Coco's got to reach number one. Sabalenka today looked very shaky. I do not like how she looked, and that's a sign to me that she's not going to defend her title. She looked very sluggish against Bouzas Monero. She looked slow. Her response time was very delayed. Go Japan. Osaka would say, "I love you, Australia." That's right, ladies and gentlemen. So beautiful, so classy. She almost cried in the post-match interview. She was almost moved to tears. Just another classy interview from Osaka. Yes, guys, we love it. She advances. I love you. We love you too. Patrick's happy. He earned his paycheck today. Now, let's take a look at how she did it. Look, she dominated the first serve. The first serve's won. The second serve's won. The winner count. She played beautifully. And look at the breakpoint opportunities. 17 opportunities to break Muchova. I'm telling you guys. Now, the matchup against Belinda, I don't want to get ahead of ourselves, but Belinda does own the head-to-head 3-2. That's a matchup there where, again, Belinda, Osaka, in terms of power, it's going to be very comparable. Belinda's a little bit unconventional. However, I don't think Osaka would have any issue returning Belinda's firepower. I think Belinda would be at a disadvantage trying to hang in there in exchange with Osaka. I also think Osaka's going to have the power edge. She's not going to have to worry about the short balls and that type of variety. Belinda wants to get to the backhand. I think on hard, I do like the forehand. I like the player with the more dominant forehand on hard when it comes to two stationary opponents, because I think Osaka's going to be able to stretch the court a little bit more with her forehand than Belinda would with her backhand. Belinda's definitely going to have to get in position and set up the backhand, where I think Osaka's just not going to allow that. So I do like Osaka to get past, and I'm telling you, it's going to set up a showdown between Osaka and Coco. That's the one matchup that would scare me. Coco's going to have to earn her paycheck. Tennis in a minute, guys. Get your popcorn. We have a lot more tennis to be covered. Stay tuned for the fastest minute in tennis. What about Mira Andreeva? She stepped up really big. She came back, guys. That's right. She had to break to stay in that match. Great match. Ken Wynn's out. Look, playing without your coach is going to be tough. And I knew Ken Wynn would be eliminated very soon. Sabalenka, another scare, right? Bouzas Monero, that was a good match there. Magdalena Fresh. She comes back after dropping the first set against Anna Blinkova. Much like I said, I mean, Blinkova, Freck is going to have the stamina advantage, the athletic advantage. She's going to make a lot better decisions. So a lot of good tennis, guys. Stay tuned. I'll keep you covered.